welcome back to my channel. Today I'll be giving you 5 tips to become a better writer. Let's go. So the first step is to read more than others would. So when I first started writing Where Creatures Hide, I hadn't actually read a book in like a couple years, and it was probably the biggest mistake. I had forgotten what actually went into sentences and what went into books, and it was crazy. I'd actually finished writing Where Creatures Hide and I read Beyond the Red, and when I went back through my book, it was like a child wrote it. It was insane. I hated everything about my book because it just didn't sound like a proper book, and the reason it didn't sound like a proper book is because I had no idea what a book sounded like because I had forgotten everything. I hadn't read in years. So I purchased a few books from my favourite booktubers. These two are from Cameron Cross, Wolf Shop Publishing. I read Beyond the Red from Ava J, who is also a booktuber. I'll link all their channels down below. And the last one I read was Eve the Awakening by Jenna Maurice, who I am in love with. So I had a mix between sci-fi and fantasy. And it was really good because I understood the concept of the actual book writing. I could see different styles within each separate author, but I still didn't understand, so I had gone through the writing process over and over and over again, and even still when I sent it to editors they were just like, you need to get into their mind, but I didn't really understand what they were saying. I just didn't clock it. I just didn't understand what they were saying until I picked up a book that my auntie had actually gotten me a few years ago. It is The Clockwork Angel from Cassandra Clare, who is the author of like City of Ashes and Shadowhunters and things like that. I don't know why, but from me reading this book, I don't know if it was because I had dropped like reading for a while and just focused on other things, but once I came back to it, I understood. So just fill your cupboards with popular books, self-published books, and other books in general. Fantasy, sci-fi, thriller. It's good to have a bunch of books in the genre you want to write in, but don't just limit yourself there. It's good to also have other genres. So just keep a very open mind, read popular books, learn from their words. The book is popular for a reason. The storyline is probably good, that's great, but they're not just going to get anywhere with just a good storyline. You know, like their words have to be good, their writing has to be good, everything just has to kind of balance out. Step 2 is write. You know, it's pretty simple. It's just to write every day. Even if it's not on your current project, it's really good just to write anyway because it gives you time to grow in your art. The third step is to watch booktubers. Welcome to my channel. Some like Jenna Maurice, who is the author of Eve the Awakening, Cameron Cross, Wolf Shop Publishing, who is the author of these two beautiful books, Ava J from Beyond the Red, who is also my editor. Beautiful, yeah. They just give some really good advice to character development, world building, things that you should add in your book, things that you shouldn't add in your book, like insta romance. Girl, nobody likes insta romance. So not only did reading, writing help me learn like who I am as a writer, but also learning things others have learnt and others give advice for just made me grow. The fourth step is my favourite step. It's listen to music. So when I write, I tend to listen to orchestral, epic music, depending on the scene. It depends on the scene. I tend to listen to ones that have no words because it kind of mucks up with my writing. When I first started writing, I used to listen to music that had words, like pop music, and not really songs that played out for my scene. The first orchestral track I'd ever listened to, which was like the base of my track, like that's where most of my story come from, was Mothers by Eddie Hermoso. So yeah, with each scene I write, whether it's a sad scene, I'll put on a sad orchestral track, or if it's like a war scene, I'll put on aggressive hybrid music, or if it's kind of like a hopeful scene, then I'll put on uplifting music. It just depends on the scene I'm writing because it does help my writing flow, and I don't know, it just like digs into my brain and it's just like, you know what, this is the scene we're in, this is how you're supposed to feel, now write bitch, write. And I do, and it's great. The last step is to not write when you're tired, because that is probably the worst thing you can do. I did that. Every day I set myself 50 pages to edit and write, and they were shitty pages because I was really tired, like really tired. Like, only write if you're awake, attentive and like, you know, you got the creative juices flowing. Get that music on, watch your booktubers, read a book. Even if it's just like a page a day, it will help you. I promise you. It's probably like, I wish I could go back and tell myself to read a fucking book, because it's like, it's so annoying, because I found out how to write through other people. I didn't already know how to write, girl, I had to learn from other people. If you guys enjoyed this video, then leave a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and if you want to request a video, then leave a comment down below and I will get to it. Bye! Get off my roof! Your claws are really loud! It's really good to write, just get off my roof!